What is up, everyone? This is Jojo the Techie, and I spent the last 30 days with the iPhone Air, and let's just say it was not the experience that I was expecting. This phone feels like it should not exist. It's so thin and light that you can actually forget that it's in your pocket or purse or bag, but it's also a device that's supposedly built on serious compromises. Today, I want to get into what it's actually like to live with this phone. The first time you pick up the iPhone Air, it's wild. It feels less like a phone and more like a sci-fi prop. It is by far the thinnest iPhone ever made. After years of iPhones getting thicker and heavier, it feels like the Air is a statement. The whole promise is a powerful iPhone that just disappears into your life. For that first week, I was completely obsessed, and you start wondering why all the iPhones from the past couple of years didn't actually look like this. Okay, so how does it hold up day to day? Performance is a non-issue for me. It has the powerful A19 Pro chip, minus, of course, 1 GPU core, and 12 gigs of RAM. So everything from scrolling to day-to-day use feels incredibly fast. The camera, however, is the first trade-off. The single 48 megapixel main camera is great in good light, but if I have any regrets, it will be the lack of an ultra-wide sensor. It's the one thing I truly wish that this phone had. And then there's the big compromise, the battery. Apple claims all-day life, and for me, it wasn't a deal breaker. I work from home, so I'm often near a charger, and I was already in the habit of carrying a power bank for long days out. So is it the best battery life ever? Of course not, but it's far from a deal breaker for my lifestyle at least. Now, if you're enjoying this honest look at the iPhone Air, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for more to come on the iPhone Air and more interesting smartphones. Beyond my experience, there's the drama around this phone's future. Almost right after launch, reports surfaced claiming that there's virtually no demand, with Apple supposedly slashing production, but then other sources started pushing back and the phone reportedly sold out fast in China. So there's this cloud of uncertainty hanging over it, and it definitely feels like the Air is fighting for its spot in the lineup, just like the Mini and the Plus models did before it. So after 30 days, where do I stand? The iPhone Air is a phone of beautiful contradictions. It's a design masterpiece, but also an exercise in compromise. The battery isn't for a hardcore road warrior who is away from a charger for 16 hours a day. Definitely not. This phone is for the person who values design and lightness above everything else. I love this phone, and my only real wish is that it had an ultra-wide camera. That's my big thing with it. Whether the Air gets a sequel or not, we'll have to see, but I can't help but admire Apple for making it. It's a bold, opinionated phone in a market where everything looks the same. At least here in the US, where most OEMs are afraid to take a chance on something different, unlike what we're seeing overseas. But I want to know about you. Is an ultra-thin iPhone the dream or just really a dead end? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.